sanctioned by the Pope, and it was to enslave all
Enslaved
Christians, right? So
non-Christians.
the war was originally between Christianity and Islam, right? So those Christians, those Portuguese defeat the Moors in 1415. Once they do that, that begins the age of discovery. Now the European runs into us. This is how that starts. And that's where Prince Henry the Navigator. And then we have two fights with them in the 1460s and we run them out. How Christianity gets in a place where you have to put yourself is West Africa, because most of us come from that area. So that gets there in the Congo in the 1490s. They accepted Christianity. This is what they did. Wasn't forced on those people in the Congo. They accepted it. However, a black woman named Rita was the first person who said Jesus was black, and she started banging on the Catholics. And that's a whole nother thing. So for you, my brother, what you're talking about, I know exactly what you're talking about, but it's where we fit the historical record. Because when we see the people come here off the boat, the revolts are dealing with voodoo. The revolts, let's say 1712, we go to Peter the Doctor, and we're doing Obeya, and you see Orishas, you see Ugun, and all of these different places, even in Brazil, you see Candomblé. No
All
one
right,
is
but
calling
okay,
on
so you
Abraham,
brought
right?
it
Yeah, I
up.
want
All
to
it,
You
speak
brought
on
that
that real
term
yeah,
quick.
up. It did.
yeah,
Did it resonate with you guys?
I'm about to tie it up. None of them are calling on that. You see us using our traditional cultures, right? So if we were those people, according to you, that was scattered, and it's 12 million if we go with that number, who came over here, we will see those oral traditions. You don't see those amongst the Maroons in Jamaica. You don't see that amongst the Jeromes and that. So for you, my brother, I'm going to say this, right? The origin of the Hebrew Israelite doctrine starts with William Sandys Crowley. That's in the 1800s. That's the first black man who said that black people are the 12 tribes of Israel. Everything that happens from him comes from Frank Cherry to Josiah Ford and to Matthews, who are the commandment keepers, where you then break off from, and then you become that. So you have a history here, and those original Israelites were fighting for freedom. They had their own black towns, the Church of God in Christ, etc. You brought up some good points earlier. So we look at David Walker, we look at Lewis Hayden, we look at the person who started the Underground Railroad, William Still. All of those abolitions were Christians, but they took that book and told that white man, you are a liar. And we had to use that because, as Flo said earlier, they stopped us, they outlawed us and made laws from us practicing our stuff. So we would syncretize stuff like the Gullah when we do the Cosmogram, or how we practice in catching the Holy Ghost, and how we doing ring shouts and call and response. All of that comes from Africa, but we use that in the way that we worship. So yeah, we did use the book, but we used it because it's a tool to free ourselves. We use Freemasonry as well, and most of those leaders, those Hebrew Israelites, were all Freemasons. So it's by faith that you are a Hebrew Israelite, not by a bloodline lineage or a historical record. And I'll stop there. Peace.
All right,
Right. So
real
that's
quick.
that's perfect.
I got, and I ain't